Welcome, Aquarius. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot getting ready to do your September general reading. This is a general message and it will not resonate for all of you. If you're interested in a personal message, information for that is in the description box below. I am happy to be here and I'm happy for your presence here because I need you to be able to do what I do, and I thank you in advance for your energy, all the energy that you send towards me to support me. So for September, your overall energy, Aquarius, is the Ace of Cups. This is really feeling to me like a place in your life where you are experiencing a kind of flow. This flow is where you have identified a way to utilize your gifts, to express yourself, to work towards something in a way that comes easily, comes naturally for you. A way that you understand that this is not a zero-sum game. In other words, having more of this here means I have less of that there. You have transcended that experience of your own world, your own person, your own experience, so that you know the more you give from a place of love, the more that you receive that, and the more that others have to give from that similar kind of a place. This is understanding that your expression, your effort is an expression of love, and that this is the highest goal in many ways that you can tap into, a way that generates itself, it generates abundance, it generates good, positive feeling, it generates support by giving support. So this is absolutely a beautiful energy of flow, and this flow for some of you may be not what you're used to. You are in many ways a leader. You are in many ways a unique individual that is here to perform or to help humankind, others, your community, to pioneer a new, innovative way forward. And in that way, the necessity of your work requires that you do it in a way that doesn't harm you, doesn't detract from you. In the beginning of September, you have the Queen of Swords. This is very characteristic of your energy. You're able to make clear-sighted decisions. You're able to be dispassionate, and that may seem a contradiction with the overall energy of love, but in fact, it is clear that your ability to separate, detach yourself from your emotions, your feelings, is what allows you to think clearly, what allows you to make rational, appropriate, practical, logical decisions, what allows you to be curious, what allows you to put your feelings about any issue aside and actually be inquisitive regarding the experiences of others. This is where you're asking positive, strong, good questions in order to understand, to listen, to hear what the relevance of what you want to do or what you are proposing is to the experience of others. This is where you're drawing in others to actually find out what they think. And this can be about something you're creating, something you're implementing, or something that you're eliciting feedback on, so that this can be a collective movement forward. Whatever it is, you are there to listen, and you're there to challenge not only your assumptions, but the assumptions of others, reminding everyone under your sphere, in your arena, in your environment, that you can do whatever you decide to do. In the middle of September, the Nine of Swords. It's interesting that this power of love is coming through you as a result of your ability to allow yourself to release a lot of suffering and pain that you may have personally experienced as a result of failures, disappointments, uh, relationships gone astray, the ability to accept this suffering. And for many of you, this is a sense of physical oppression, abuse, to accept those experiences and realize that by releasing yourself from the beliefs that you believe, the beliefs that allowed this to happen, whether they're your beliefs and or the beliefs of others, you realize that these sad failures, disappointments do not define you, that you're actually free to choose other thoughts, other actions, other behaviors in order to define your reality, to take full responsibility for what it is you are experiencing. This is a heavy load. Most of us are not happy when we see the Nine of Swords for good reason. And it simply is about the difficulty with which uh, we are required in order to release beliefs that have been ingrained in us, socially ingrained, socially conditioned, so that we expect a certain amount of failure, oppression, or abuse so that others can feel strong and empowered. This is learning that you never have to give your power away to anyone. In the end of September, we have the Seven of Swords. So this is a thoughtful month. This is a month of making a lot of decisions about the course of action moving forward. And I feel you have already done the work of identifying your strength, your gift, your message, your purpose, and you're now putting together in a very characteristic way, intuitively, the way you want to move your resources around, join in with other aligned individuals or teammates, um, begin to imagine collectively how you want to or can move forward. So this is really, in many ways, about our rational thought, but it's also about our intuition, which Aquarius, you are uniquely attuned to, with Uranus being one of your ruling planets. You're very attuned to gathering information from places other people may not be able to see it or understand it or receive it. And here you are pushing back against the resistance that you've encountered on your path to defining yourself, to getting the support that you need to pursue the things that you believe will make you successful, that will bring abundance to your community, your team. These many messages, criticism, negative feedback, dismissal, not believing, not taking you seriously, or believing that you can do what it is you've set your mind to do, is about the way that you are rejecting that internalized message that you are not enough, that you can't do that. I don't even understand it. How can you do it? All the ways that your desire to move on your path of destiny evokes fear, quite often from our loved ones we expect to support us. Those the ones who are the ones who feel they have the most to lose if you move off in a direction they don't get. And here you are pushing back against that by understanding this is simply a feature of any forward progress that you make, particularly on the path of something truly significant. That there will always be challenges. There are battles that you can pick based on your resources, your time, your willingness to engage in things that are quite often not well intended. But you're making a note of these things, knowing that you will have to face these resistances again and again. I'm going to pull a Soul's Journey Oracle card, hoping that this is resonating for many of you Aquarians. And if you like this video, please like it. Share it with others who might find it useful, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. That would be most appreciated. And I pulled the Purpose card. I know what I'm here to do. This is powerful, and this is something that seems to be particularly resonating for air signs. This in the month of September, this sense of purpose, of understanding, getting what your mission is, getting that many of you have a mission, and that honoring that mission is actually helping you to pull out your gifts, your deeper understanding, your desire to give love and to receive love. Also, a chakra crystal wisdom card I've pulled, the third eye chakra. This is where we perceive what we need to see. We see things that may not be visible to others, but they're visible to our inner experience. The throat chakra, this is a depiction of the gemstone amethyst, which is related to the third eye chakra, and intuition is the key word. Intuition is the little tug that pulls you toward your light. And I'm going to clarify the Queen of Swords in the beginning of September with the King of Swords. I like that. And the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords is a repeat, and I'm going to talk about this idea of you pushing back against the resistance that not only you have perhaps experienced in the past, but that you are becoming aware that haters, that's one way of describing them, even loved ones are provoked by your clarity about your destiny, a path or a message or a path to success that they may not understand or they may not believe in. The King and the Queen of Swords showing up together is describing a powerful partnership. This partnership could certainly starts with your ability to be in tune with your higher self. That's when we connect to our heart's desire, to our mission, to our purpose, to our natural talent. We begin to wake up to our potential and our right to be happy, our right to be successful, our right to pursue something that we believe calls our higher self thoroughly to come front and center. This experience within yourself is something that's reflected in all your relationships, and there is quite likely, if not before, if you're not already experiencing this partnership, then in this month you will begin to recognize a strong partner. It can be a business partner, it can be a friend, it can be a spouse, it can be a thought partner. It can be anyone who supports you, who has similar goals, and totally understands that your connection is meant to uplift you both in working towards a greater goal. So this is part of how you are engaging these powerful connections in your life to help you push back against an old story about who you are and what you should be doing. So I like this very much. In the middle of September, with the Nine of Swords, we have the Three of Swords and the Temperance card. Suddenly I'm feeling that this has a lot to do with your relationships, your heartfelt relationships, and your greater struggle to understand why some things haven't worked out. And when I say relationships, I'm talking about all exchanges of energy. In this case, fairly passionate energy, the desire to be loved. This is where we started with this reading, with the Ace of Cups, this flow that you are beginning to experience as a result, it appears, of your deeper understanding of why things haven't worked out. Because you begin to accept the responsibility for your own role in a failure, a disappointment, you begin to cultivate a sense of the necessity for these challenges. In other words, you had to go through these heartbreaks in order to understand yourself more thoroughly and understand your gift, to be grateful for the circumstance, the environment, or the challenges you've had in order to be where you are now. This does not confine itself to a month, a year. This is more like the lifetime of struggle we all experience as we not so gently as in many decks, this is the flowing of water from one cup to another. What could be more peaceful, more calming than that? But the reality is these cups contain the storms, the tornadoes, the towers in our lives that we keep processing over and over again in order to learn the lessons from these disappointments, these heartaches, these struggles we overcome. This is a lifetime of healing. And how we heal is by learning. When we've learned, we haven't failed. We've learned. And this is the ability to turn what often we begin to think of as personal failings. Oh, we messed up. Oh, we really messed that up. If only I could do it again. That is actually not the way you're perceiving these disappointments now. You're understanding that those situations had to be the way they were in order for you to learn the lesson that we continue to learn as we continue to refine who we are, improve upon ourselves, to prepare ourselves to be ready for the opportunities that are all around us. We begin to see challenges as not bad things, but as opportunities to learn and grow. And that's what you are perfecting. It's interesting that the sense of flow, the sense of natural expression is very hard won for you. So the Seven of Swords at the end of the month, the card you got two of, is clarified by the Four of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands. In many ways, I see your ability to resist the way others have defined you as part of your strength. This is part of your foundation. This is the way you ground down your energy and make sure that you are safe, you are secure, you are grounded on a practical, real foundation in ways to reach for the star. That star being your vision, your mission, your constant process of improving yourself so that you can better see how your mission can come to reality, come to fruition. You're all about bringing your visions, your ideas into concrete form, and this is truly a gift. Um, this also describes you've been through many rodeos. This is not your first, nor will it be your last. However, something has changed in your approach where you may have run at the windmill over and over again in the past, trying as resolutely as possible with all the determination, all the work ethic in the world to achieve something, and being disappointed and damaged along the way. You now understand something different about your ability to change a situation where you were always trying to achieve something, and where you now understand that you are that something you're trying to achieve. Understanding that running at a project with the same mindset uh, is not what has gained you achievement. It's a sense of accepting who you are, accepting your role and responsibility in any disappointments you've experienced. So that now, as you approach a challenge or move forward on your road to happiness, success, accomplishment, community, you are understanding that this comes from you. This is not about, this comes from a sense of accepting who you are, that we're all flawed, that we're all learning, we're all growing, and you've become way more strategic about uh, how you define that journey, how you define what your resources are, how you engage participation in what you're trying to build, how you're no longer a classical leader, but you become more of a collaborator, whether that's your title or not. You become increasingly collaborative in your approach to reach this goal. And this is where it's about flow. It's about giving love. So achieving consensus is about recognizing that, like you, everyone deserves to work from a place of their strength, a place of their place of love within them. And that's the motivation to build a work ethic, a commitment to improve on something that you're working towards with all kind of pistons firing. I'm going to pull another couple of oracle cards to finish up this reading, and what flips is self-esteem. How interesting. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. And this, I think, speaks for itself. This process where we started with the Ace of Cups, this is the fountain of love, the healing love, the oneness that we're all connected, that we're all the same, we all want the same thing, is really beginning to build up your sense of connectedness with others. And isn't it interesting how we give that to others? It just reinforces our own sense of solvency, right? Our own sovereignty over who we are and what we have to offer. And finally, I'm going to pull a chakra crystal again because I'm having so much fun with these cards. And I've pulled chakra balance, which means you are in a position through the energy of love to connect all of your chakras and to be fully aware. And this, I cannot read what this, but this is a compendium of crystals that is associated with each chakra. Out of chaos comes creation. So that is the message of this card. I'd love to know from any of you who are watching and have made it this far, where you are experiencing that opportunity for creation in your life, particularly if you're coming from a place of chaos. Thank you so much, Aquarius, as always, for these divinely inspired readings. Until next time, namaste.